Good morning. This is the voice of the people. Heard also that the CJ in River State has declined to constitute a panel to probe Fubara. You might just want to read that story here on the Vanguard newspaper. Why I declined to constitute panel to probe Fubara. Is bent on removing Fubara. And the plot to remove Fubara is not only removing Fubara, he wants to remove Fubara and remove the deputy. And then who will benefit from that? Another health problem, dengue fever rises. A level playing field. Do some parties even have this kind of amount of money? Okay, well. even unto the last time, unto the last day, unto the last hour, to your last breath. Okay, that's the much we can take, and we're hoping that you're going to talk to us. Remember that today is open mic, and we're hoping we're not going to have disruptions like we had yesterday. We're going to say our beat as much as possible. And talking about saying our beat, let's begin with joining Rufai Hosseini for his own thoughts today. And after that, we'll open the mic for everybody else to talk. Stay with us.
A couple of stories making the rounds. The very first and interesting story this evening is that of the back and forth amongst the lawmakers in Rivers State. If you remember, Darlington Orji, an aide to Fubara, had come out to say that the lawmakers were paid by Ibokete Abbas, the sole administrator of the state, 350 million naira. And in fact, one of the lawmakers had come out to say, as carried by Tribune and some other newspaper, that actually they collected the 350 million naira, but that's not the full amount. That it was $1 billion they were entitled for constituency project, and the 350 million naira was part payment. So we've been able to effectively confirm that they did collect money. The question is, why did they collect money? I thought they were on suspension at that point in time. So if you're on suspension, why still collect funds for constituency projects at the same time? And what's the accountability behind this constituency project? Because those monies paid, how was it judiciously used? Were they supposed to even be able to collect the money at that point in time? Because part of the conversation has been the call for the fact that they want a supplementary budget. And since they had collected money before, then it makes matters really very intriguing and interesting. And only to cap it with the fact that the impeachment attempt at the governor might have suffered a big setback, because now the Chief Justice of the state is saying, based on constitutionality and the fact that there's a pre-existing order in court as regards that, that when you look at it, that she's not going to be able to respond to it, that until the subsisting court order is vacated. So there's a lot of back and forth as we speak, and it's a very interesting time for the lawmakers and for But one thing is certain, the truth has to be said, and like I've said before, for us to be able to settle this problem between Fubara and Wike, power must be taken away from one person. As long as you have two of them that have the access to power, then it becomes a problem. And that is what is playing out. So Fubara has wielded his power. They've been able to go to the state high courts. Now they've been able to get an injunction. Now they're going to stall the process. And I'm sure in stalling the process, the lawmakers will have violated the process for an impeachment and the times and things like that. So let's see how it pans out. It pretty much looks very dicey. And I don't know if this impeachment will go through. It would be a miracle if it goes through and if it sails through. So, I mean, these are a couple of some stories making the rounds. Very interesting times. Right. So the U.S. top representative is already telling Nigerians that based on the incident that happened in Kujuru, that please, Nigeria must do everything to be able to protect Christians. And you see, the incident that happened in Kujuru speaks volumes about the state of security in Nigeria, where over 177 people have been kidnapped. Then the government was trying so hard to deny it. It was when the list came out. And that's why I support Iniema Bong, the spokesperson of the PDP, that is saying that this local government chairman should be investigated. He should be made to account why such a thing will happen, and they will try to kill the story. Even the police authority and other authorities should be made to account. And it speaks volumes about the state of play. So the Americans are calling upon us now that what is happening to the plight of Christians, we should do something about it. I hope we are going to hear. I hope it's not going to be the case of It's when airstrikes happen now, then the debate will go wild. People will start going back and forth. By that time, it's not going to be Trump's fault, because let us also put our house in order, and that's something we've not been able to effectively do all this while. We've not been able to effectively put our house in order. The EFCC is alerting a lot of people to the fact that some scammers, it's so easy for them to be able to use microfinance bank accounts and all this app, because the KYC is not properly done. They cited a couple of cases that happened and the KYC was not properly done, and how it made it easier for scammers to be able to cut away millions of naira, and a lot of people's money was taken. I think Wilson Obujare, one of the EFCC spokespeople, did come out to say that a lot more should be done as regards that level of protection, and a lot more should be done to be able to ensure that customers' accounts and the likes are ably protected. Because if we don't do that, then it is going to cause a lot of problems and cause a lot of challenges. There are many other stories making the rounds. Sheyi Makinde is said to have gone to see President Tinubu. The question on the minds of people is, probably had he tried to fix things, or is he just going to meet him for the sake of meeting him? Let's see how that conversation will pan out. Because don't forget, Sheyi Makinde did grant an interview where he also talked about the fact that all the promises President Tinubu made to him were not largely fulfilled. So these were some other challenges that they had, and these were the promises President Tinubu made to him while he helped President Tinubu to be able to gain Oyo State when they fought with the hierarchy of the PDP. So all of that case and all of that matter is still there. So there's a lot going on back and forth as regards that, and we keep looking at all of that subject matter in the coming days. So a couple of more stories are still making the rounds. The federal government has finally said that they have released 152 billion to the contractors. Don't forget that for quite some time now, for weeks now, the contractors have been protesting that the federal government has been owing them money, especially the indigenous contractors, and they claim they've not been able to get their monies and all of that. So now that the federal government has finally said that they've released the 152 billion, I mean, we'll see how it pans out. It's one thing to make an announcement that the money has been released. It's another thing for the money to get to them, be in their accounts, and they're able to use it. So the question is, are the contractors still going to complain and go ahead on their protest? Only time will tell. So we'll wait. We'll see how it's going to pan out. We'll see what will come out of it. And we'll see how the money will be judiciously used, and how it will be quickly released for the benefit of those contractors. They need to pay all of their encumbrances. So when we're waiting, it's one thing to make an announcement. It's another thing to be able to get the monies out to them. So we're going to be waiting to see what will happen, how it's going to pan out, and all that will transpire. Still on some stories making the rounds today. There is this story, and it's quite an interesting one. Sheyi Makinde is saying that he's staying at the PDP and that there are no plans to defect. So let's see how that pans out, because he just recently went to meet what's it called? President Tinubu. So the legal battle over the suspension of Natasha Akpoti has escalated as Godswill Akpabio, after he claimed that God told him to forget everything and take the case out, has approached the Supreme Court. Court documents cited on Thursday show that Akpabio filed an application to regularize and sustain his appeal challenging decision of the lower courts. And the documents are marked Supreme Court CV 111 2025 and suit number CA ABG CV 1107 2025 FHCA BG CS 384 2025. Akpabio is listed as an appellant, while the respondents are Natasha Akpoti Oduaga and the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the chairman of the Senate Ethics and Privileges and Petitions Committee, Senator Neda Maswe. So this was as regards suspension, because don't forget Natasha Akpoti went to court and the court said that she should be called back. So Akpabio is trying so hard to make a case and take it up to the Senate or to the Supreme Court level. It just shows that Akpabio doesn't listen to his pastors and listen to God. If he claimed that his pastor's preaching changed his heart, that means his heart was not changed fully. Because if he claimed that his pastor's preaching changed his heart and he decided not to do any case with Natasha Akpoti again, and now he's still going ahead to the Supreme Court just to be able to make a case because the lower court had not favored him in their judgments, then he doesn't trust or believe God. But anyway, you believe that at your own peril, because this our political class are very interesting and funny people. There's a cold war brewing between the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and the administration's workforce, and they reached a legal flashpoint on Thursday. So the FCT administration successfully moved to disarm the labor unions through the judiciary. The National Industrial Court issued a decisive order of interlocutory injunction, effectively barring Joint Union Action Committee (JUAC) from continuing indefinite strike that has threatened to paralyze the administrative engine. So this is following a week of mounting tension over unpaid promotion arrears and statutory entitlements. Justice Subelin granted the FCT's application to restrain the union from any further industrial action. The order specifically prohibits picketing, lockouts, road blockage, and any activities designed to shut down the government's operation. But will this deter them? Only time will tell. There was a story making the rounds as regards the bomb threats, and the Lagos State Police Command dismissed a false bomb threat sent to two private schools in the Ikeja reserve area, saying that no explosive was found after a comprehensive sweep of the area. So we're quite excited about that no explosive was found. So that threat has been dismissed. Atiku Abubakar has been speaking about the election cycle and is making a salient point. He said the major setback to the 2023 election was the loopholes in the electoral act that paved the way for rigging, the fact that most of the use of technology was not made justiciable. And he said it is imperative that we must correct those mistakes. That's why we are calling on the National Assembly that they must be able to pass a new electoral act before the election cycle comes. And it has to be said that the earlier we do it, the better it is for all of us. So there's an expose I've been able to get from somebody renowned. I was talking about the Kaduna State Police Command banditry activity and kidnapping. Message received from DPO Kuduri indicates that on 18th of January at about 5:45, an information was received at the same date that at about 11 o'clock, 11:20, unspecified number of bandits armed with sophisticated weapons attacked Ekwa Church and Cherubim and Seraphim, and the community are yet to ascertain the number of worshippers kidnapped to unknown destination. The village is situated in a remote forest where the DPO mobilized other sister security agencies and the military to the scene, which cannot be accessed immediately due to bad roads and the need for collaboration. So, anyway, this just further makes the point that the police authority did know about the state of play of the kidnapping, but they all tried to downplay it. And this is a story that is pointing to that fact and indicating that fact once again.
Five 6338. Send us a message or call us now. So let's go right ahead to the lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Happy weekend.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Yinka Pito from Ijogu.
All right, Yinka, go ahead.
I was listening to Barista who was analyzing yesterday, and I called you all through.
Oh, sorry.
The disparity between HND and BSc
Yes.
is far overdue, because I went through all the stages, and I realized that it is the same knowledge that I even use in my HND days that I use while doing all other programs. But one thing in other art subjects, once you do your professional, you can rise to become anything. But in government circle, once you have HND, you have a limitation. Meanwhile, there was no time you do any interview that HND graduate will not beat the BSc graduate. The only thing is that because except the BSc that go through stages from OND to HND also, OND.
Hello?
Out.
Okay.
My life.
Okay. Please call us back. Call us back. So we're interested in what you have to say. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Yamgo.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Joshua Perkins, former citizen of Nigeria, now retired.
Joshua, go ahead.
Yes, I want to start from the insecurity.
Yeah.
Any insecurity you must have had or you hear, the state government is responsible for it.
Okay. What
because they have the briefing every morning. They are the chief security officer of the state. Even though the federal might is not within their grasp to use the force, they can actually create or mobilize the youth within that area to ensure that there are no bridges to their territory.
Yeah.
I believe the state government now, with this bomb scare in Lagos now, I will tell you for a fact, before it got to the news, the state government is already aware. And you see this insecurity that is happening from Nasarawa and the rest of them. The state governors allow them. If they do not allow them, those things will not happen. I will tell you for a fact. Just like the case of Port Harcourt, you can see what happened, that they did not allow those people. Now, to the case of Peter Obi and Atiku, that issue is overflown. Whatever they want to do, let them just do. As a matter of fact, because I'm not even interested in politics now. That electoral reform we are talking about is just on paper, like I have always said. If we do not apply the Kano approach, or Nepal the issue, or Donald Trump the issue, nothing will happen. Now for Donald Trump, please, anybody that know him or have his phone number, he should hurry up and do the needful. It's like the Nigerian soldiers now, they are overwhelmed because they are underpaid, they are constantly outnumbered in most of the cases like we've had. I don't know why police like lying. Because you know if they had said that these people were kidnapped, now it will look like they are not doing their job, and we know they don't do their job. It is until you give them money, or probably it is their cousin or their nephew affected, that they will do their job. So you see this country, that's why I designate myself former citizen. I cannot even bear the shame that these our gunmen are putting us. Now to the Natasha and this thing issue, we already know how it will play out now. That guy does not forgive you. Senator Akpabio does not forgive you. You do not know him. I may have not known him personally, but from his history and his track record from NDDC, you should know. People from the south side, they don't forgive you. If they want to do you, they will do you. It's not like the one that will call people. They will call people and they will start shouting so that some people will separate. No, if they want to do you, they will tell you the time, and they will tell you the time they are coming so that you prepare, so that you will not like somebody is oppressing you. Good morning, Yango.
Good morning to you. People from South, they forgive. I'm from South, and I forgive a lot of people. I forgive. Even on this show, there are people who have said some things, and I still forgive. So it's not every Southerner. If Akpabio does not forgive, Akpabio does not forgive as a person, not because it's from South. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
my brother.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Amuro on the first day. Well done, brother.
Thank you very much.
Please, I know which one I am marking. What is he looking for now? Is it from before 2023 is G3? Now is it G9 is looking for from Mr. President? Anyone he wants, let them give him. Now, what can we do? Our vote is no more counting.
He said it's purely for governance, not defection. That's at least for now. For now,
let him ask for something so that we give you a state. And again, obedient people is the problem. Because we that is articulating, we are trying to let us work together so we rescue Nigeria. Like they see us, we wait the full article that we are nobody, we don't have anything. But the last votes, we have about 6.something million. They have whatever they have. So they should see that two of us can work together and get things done. If they want to rescue Nigeria, let us plan together. Anytime they will be telling you, it's like we, after all, we still have our police. Atiku is still going with police, Obi is not going with any police. So after election, if the APC win, no, our shop will not broke in Lagos. It's their own shop, obedient people. Nobody will disgrace us on the road of Lagos or the road of Abuja because at election and the other things. So everything is obedient. Let them come down. Let us work together. If they say Obi go for vice, he's going to lose his respect. Yesterday, there's one lawyer who said it, and that is true. Unless Obi want to lose his respect after going to advise to Atiku. If he does not want, if he did not steal money, he did not do anything wrong. With the former vice president to Buhari, no matter what Buhari did, you can see Oshibanjo is still strong, kakaraka like stone. Everybody still respects him. So if Obi play his this and advise Atiku, he did not listen. Tell Atiku what to do to make Nigeria better. He is ignore listen. Obi should play his own way. After people will still recommend him to come to be the president if Atiku fail. So letting you not use it as excuse unless he want to do the normal politician with the politics we know as our south east, either me or nobody. Either me or nobody. That is very, very wrong. We have been doing it for 1960. Who made Igbos not to have come to president this thing up to this moment? Only celebrate this thing. So anytime we want to do this thing, we have like 10 people. Like, see now, Anambra State have their own people in another party. Igbo State, my state, have another thing. Enugu, this everything is scatter. Is it how we are going to unite to get it from the center? It can never be possible. When you check Yorubas, their own is one at a time. It can see it after Awolowo. The next person that came is Obasanjo. After Obasanjo, all of them supported it. And the next person that comes is Abiola. All of them supported it. They get what they want. After Abiola, they fell. The another person now that comes is this man, Obasanjo. And they supported it. If no matter they don't like him, they supported it to get what they want. It's enjoy it together. After him is Sulumbuna. Everybody is supporting, but what Obi is coming out from one place. Another person is coming from Anambra. Another person is coming, and the same thing happened from Zik. Zik is in another party. Ojukwu is in another one. Okweme is in another one. That is part of Southeast, and this problem has been taking us from 1960 to today. We have nothing. We cannot proud to say this is where we are in federal government of Nigeria. So let them think very wise. So if they fail this one, if they stay doing the same politics they are doing since 1960 to this 2027 politics, they will still fail as they used to fail. So my people should plan together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Oh, this narrative of Atiku, Obi, and all that. Everybody who is influential doesn't have to be on the ballot. I hope we all know that. When Tinubu was exerting his influence, he didn't need to be on the ballot. Tinubu just became a person on the ballot in 2023 election, and he was influential all through before that time. So all the people who are influential, you don't need to be on the ballot to make things happen. If you want Nigeria to be great, you can also be the one who will just tell your followers, please follow this person, and everybody will align. But it is still too far from the election to know who aligns and who does not align. There will still be defections. There will still be alignments and realignments, as they call it in the political sphere. So let's just be patient. But it's good that we are talking right now and expressing ourselves. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Daniel. I call you from Alaba.
Daniel, thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Let me start from police.
Yeah.
Police is the problem of this country.
Really?
They're the people that put us in this mess. All this corruption you are hearing, this person is still 10 billion, this person carry 100 billion, is police. Police is the cause. Do you know why I say so?
I'm listening.
I could remember when my grandfather is still alive and is working in a Boromi hospital. Then paid him 50,000. He said gratuity, ability they call her 50,000 naira. Do you know that this man couldn't take the 50,000 to bank? You know why?
Why?
He said there's a limited amount you can take to bank then. If you take that 50,000 to bank, they will query him. How did he get the money? Now, if the police is arresting people that are stealing our money, taking our money to bank, all this corruption we are seeing will not be seeing it. But the big police fail to do their job. That's why they will lie to us and tell us that the people did not kill. Like this, why they say now there's no bomb in the fight in Lagos. Let's see, from nothing this night, before you give us 6 o'clock news, you will hear there's a bomb discovered there.
God forbid.
Police is our problem. If Atiku did not allow Obi to contest, in fact, we are not interested in politics again. If they are going to remain Nigeria 2027, we are not interested. We want to follow our brother and go. Let them leave us. We want to go. Obi should come back. Let us go. If Carlo and what do you call them? The Carlo and call them. David mark them. We want to give 100 million vote to Tinubu. Let them go know how they're going to do it from Eastern State, because we are not interested. Thank you.
Well, Where are you going to? We are here. Let's make this. But while we all know, we understand why some people say what they say. Uh okay. We understand why people say what they say, but we should also know that if you're talking to maybe let's say Atiku, and you're saying is the right thing for him to do, to leave it for Obi to contest, we shouldn't make it sound like we are compelling him. If you don't do this, we are going to deal with you, because that's how sometimes it sounds like we want to force him to do this. If he's doing it, let it look like he did it out of his own free will, and then he will also ask his followers to follow. Not that you will intimidate him into leaving it. In Nigeria, everybody is qualified to contest. So we cannot bamboozle someone into leaving a position that he has dreamt of occupying all his life. We cannot intimidate him into doing what he's not supposed to do, or what he feels he should do, into doing what he feels he should not do. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. So let's be mindful how we say it. We understand Obi is young. Obi has integrity. Obi has a lot of things, but Atiku also has his own upside. And then if he has to leave it for Obi, let us not make it sound like he was intimidated into leaving it for Obi, or he was bribed into leaving it for Obi and all that. So let's be mindful how we construct the words that we are using to make this demand or to make this appeal, because I'd like to see it as an appeal that is just sounding a little bit harsh. Okay, let me just take some messages before we get to 8 o'clock. Let me begin with this one saying, beautiful morning and happy weekend to you all in the studio. The chief judge rejecting to set up panel to investigate the governor of Fubara because Fubara is now with APC. This is the same judiciary that confirmed the impeachment of Fubara because he was not on their side then. What a confused country where all the sectors in Nigeria is doing the biddings of the federal government. Please, where is their independence here? If this country goes down, we are going to hold the judiciary and INEC responsible because they are the problems of Nigeria. The only thing that this APC government knows since 2015 till date is to vow each time the bandits and Boko Haram attacks and kills. Please, when will all these vows yield results? Is this why we are called a disgraced nation and a country of particular concern? Oh God, arise and trouble those who are troubling Nigerians. Mayor from Ikotunegbe. Mazio Gochuku, aka Elder General from Ishere Osun, says this issue of kidnapping has gotten out of hands in this country. Our leaders should declare state of emergency again. In Rivers, lawmakers should tell Rivers people what they did with the 350 million naira given to each of them. Please release Mazi Namdi Kanu. Good morning, Nyamgul, and happy weekend. Not for our president to only start posting ambassadors and choose some places he will visit. He should make sure he visits the United States where Trump is the president. Thank you. I still remain reckless love of God. Reckless, thank you. Reki Baba. Okay, to be candid, if I am completely lost on the manner at which government is dealing with these terrorists, is there any assurance that the government meant wiping out these terrorists with all of the technology, ammunition and jet fighters that has been brought? What has been the outcome? To me, I don't even see the need to continue to waste public funds, since these terrorists will eventually be released and reintegrated into society. Have you noticed that each time these terrorists strike by abducting people for ransom, all you would hear from the government is that the people abducted are fine and will be released safely within a short time? Does that not show a kind of collaboration between government and these terrorists? Nigeria, like I would always say, has now become the more you look, the less you see. Olorun Agba, wow, God bless Nigeria. Temitokwe Onatoye from Ijegamo community sent this in. The more you look is the less you see. Who sang that? Okay. Good morning, Yamgul. Let me do the ritual of writing since you don't read our messages again. Oh, right now I'm reading your message, but we'll always remember to read the Jegomo Olorunagbawa message. Oh, sorry. She eventually sends the very first message every morning. So if I read that, maybe I cannot get to the rest of the messages before the end of the program. That's why. It's not because I select the ones to read. Anyway, this is your message. I commend the CJ in River State for restraining himself from constituting a 7-man panel to probe Governor Fubara over the allegations by the House of Assembly. Are these people not tired of trouble? Is overambition a great asset in River State? Why must someone be angling to become a governor through the back door and will always topple the cart to become a governor? Please borrow yourself some sense. Enough of this unnecessary brouhaha. Osinwaje in Lagos. Osinwaje, I've been reading your messages every day. In fact, yesterday we read your message. So this accusation, I don't know. I will hold you by the throat when I see you. Anyway, it's obvious. Okay, this is another message from Onero in USA. It's obvious the Speaker of the River State House of Assembly is doing the bidding of Wike and his selfish political interests, but I believe they will fail in their impeachment attempt. Meanwhile, the federal government must intensify measures to ensure security across the nation and try to use propaganda to whitewash the various kidnapping incidents, especially the recent one in Kaduna State. May God help and heal our land. Franco Nero in US. Okay, good morning, Yamgul. This is from Chima in Surulere. Nigeria urgently needs a fresh constitution. Our constitution was not produced by the people of Nigeria. Rather, it was produced by the military. More so, the judiciary depends on the executive on almost everything. Therefore, there is no separation of powers. It means that the judiciary is independent. Last one before I take this calls. Congratulations to the River State Chief Judge for standing his ground against the shenanigans of the River State House of Assembly. May God help this nation. This is from Steve Ikelu. All right, let's go to the phone. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Yaku. Good morning, Yaku.
Good morning to you.
It's me, your friend, Audu from Agigi.
Audu, go ahead.
For the last caller, nobody dey speak for Igbo people, I beg you. Nobody dey speak for Igbo people. If only one park come up for River, make him park come up for River. Men no cause trouble for this Nigeria for us because only our hope now is for whether Atiku or Obi. This ADC now put hope now. Now all of them are coming like say Tinubu don't do you to scatter their party. What did they worry them? All of them they talk to all the time. If Obi no recollect ticket, all this time they are come up for River. Like say that they sabi vote. Say they sabi vote. During time now they go there for their constitutional side. They allow to do all this thing. After now they say Obi good. Now what did they push Jonathan that time? If Jonathan say okay, Jonathan he got quiet because they say Buhari win. Now they won't even put Obi for all this thing. Make them stop all this thing. We are for both. Even now Obi all this one we get together. So make them no cause fight for all this thing. Even they talk like say they sabi vote. Where they know everything about politics. I beg me that go sit down to all this thing. If Obi no go no do for that. If anybody wey wan collect power for this president, we thank God. I beg me that no give me hypertension. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, AB from Ekwe is saying, good morning, Yamgul. I sometimes feel embarrassed when I hear Rufai dish out intelligence. VOP is disorientating the people. It's so wrong. Okay, this is his reason. In which organization is it done that a person's salary or job activation is stopped because he or she was under suspension? While on suspension, yes, but the moment suspension is lifted, status quo is maintained. AB from Ekwe. I don't know, AB from Ekwe, if you read the story that this money that was given, I'm sure you're referring to the Rivers Assembly. This money that was given to them and they signed and collected was when they were under suspension, not after the suspension was lifted. Ibor Abbas who was the sole administrator rather, was the one who gave them this 350 million naira that we're talking about, that they were saying was just part payment for constituency allowance while they were on suspension. We also hear that they were given cars that are worth so much money while they were on suspension, not after the suspension was lifted. It's like an HR who is on suspension giving you query from suspension, not after the suspension was lifted, or you being on suspension and they are giving you query from the office when you are on suspension. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that that are inside that story. Maybe you should just read the story and find out when these things were done and if they followed procedure. But now these same people are the ones that are crying that there should be a supplementary budget so that they will be accommodated more and so many other things, while they were collecting things during the time they were on suspension. So there's a difference. There's a difference, AB. So please go and read that story, okay? It will be nice. Atiku, Obi, and all Nigerians over 35, male and female, who are free from mental crisis and no criminal records are eligible to contest. This is from Nicholas. Okay, yeah, every Nigerian can contest for presidency. Every Nigerian that is of age and has the qualification. The qualification is not even much. I think primary school holder can still contest for presidency in Nigeria. Until that law is changed, everybody, almost everybody, can contest. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Yangi.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Taiwo, calling from Oriri. You see, I'm happy these days that some people are start looking from the angle that I'm looking at this political issue. Because now some people agree that even if we do second, our first primary objective is for us to take power from the APC first. You start thinking of somebody more. I mean, for me, I'm a Yoruba man. I don't have anything to do with Atiku. I don't like to do more. But from the calculation, even from Kenneth Okonkwo, when you listen to the man very well, you listen and see the angle of this political permutation they are doing. I'm afraid it's not as if Obi might know whether he's not going to win or he win. But what are we going to the role of this INEC and all those things in this all this issue? So if Obi can maybe after the proper election, if you read as a flag bearer of ADC, fine. But if Atiku eventually be a flag bearer, I just want to be another people, even if he pick Obi as a vice president, because as far as Atiku, to at least if people are now talking about Obi more, let Atiku just be vice president. But Atiku cannot go as a vice president because it's one time vice president already. Okay. But let Obi just take it. Let us find a way to collect power from these people first. That is the most important thing. These people can kill us finish you. Thank you.
Thank you. I think this your concern has been answered by this message that came from Favor from Ojo. And Favor is saying, good morning, Yamgul. When Tinubu brought Buhari, Tinubu did not deputize Buhari. He didn't even take any appointments. So for Obi, he should not try to deputize Atiku. If Atiku wins the primary, let Obi support him on a neutral ground. If Obi deputize Atiku, that will kill his political career, because Nigeria deputy is like nothing. And I'm sure it's the same way. If Obi wins it, let Atiku collapse his structures and give to Obi. Whoever wins, let the other person support him. As simple as that. So thank you very much, Favor, for this your message. Let's see. I don't have confidence in Obi deputizing Atiku because of his ambition of becoming president of Nigeria, and he's a Fulani man too. This is Mama Chi from Ejigbo. Mama Chi, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Yoko, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Igondo. I'm calling from Igondo.
Oh, thank you for calling.
Yes, my brother, I want to tell you something. If you listen to yesterday's night analysis during the rush hour, it was made categorically clear that no Igbo man can be a president in this country.
That's not.
And if you look at our politics, especially the one that has to do with INEC, there is no plan. Nobody is saying anything concerning that. Even when the Senate come back out from their recess now, they will not even do anything concerning it. So why are we fighting against something that will not have a head? As far as that INEC belongs to Tinubu, and all the lawyers and the magistrates and whatever thing that they fix in the court belongs to Tinubu. The army officers belong to Tinubu. So where will Atiku start to fight, even if they left everything on that ADC for him to be at the platform, at the platform front there? Where will he start to fight? Will he get army to fight his own army? Will he get his own police or his own INEC? So all I'm trying to say is that the Igbo should pull out from this race and let it go plan how we are going to go and leave this Nigeria for Fulani and
Nah, that cannot happen. That's not what we're advocating here. You cannot plan to leave the race. And let me tell you, it's not that Igbo man has never borne the name of president. In fact, the very first president, even though some people will say ceremonial, the very first president of Nigeria was an Igbo man. And to say that it cannot happen, the INEC is under APC and all that, it's not. You forget the power of the people. Last election, the unthinkable happened in Lagos State. I know that Tinubu is the president right now, but he didn't win in Lagos State. Of all places, that tells you that there are factors that are unseen, that are beyond human comprehension. So if you go into the election with a defeatist mindset, then it is very unfortunate. Everybody in Nigeria should go into this election year confident that the right thing will be done. I'm not saying confident that we will kick out APC or do one thing or the other, or one party will come and win, or one particular person will come and win. Just confident that the right thing will be done. And if that right thing favors any other party apart from APC, so be it. If it favors APC, so be it. Nigerians want good governance. And if at the time of election we find people, no matter what party they belong to, that we can trust, people who either have been working well in the offices they find themselves right now, or people who have been working well for Nigeria even without being in the office that they were elected into, then we will vote for them. This fight is not, it goes beyond party lines, because at the end of the day, if ADC wins, for instance, it will not take up to 2 years for ADC to look like APC. Is that a lie? It will not take up to 2 years. ADC will look like APC or look like PDP, because the same people will do migration, just like birds migrate every season. They will migrate into ADC or any other party that will win. That's Nigerian politicians for you. So let's go there knowing that we still have the power, even though they think that we don't have the power. We have the power. God still has the power. And there are forces beyond us that will do for us what will be good enough for our country. So let's not preach separation. Let's not preach all that. Let's preach oneness and love. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. Yango.
Yes, sir. Okay, it seems you have some problems on your side. So, hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Yango.
Good morning, sir.
God bless you.
You too.
Yeah, this is Charles calling from Ikorodu.
Charles, go right ahead.
Mr. Yango.
Yes, sir.
One thing Nigeria fails to understand is that they have not studied the political terrain in Nigeria. You see this. Our leaders, they are smarter than we think. That is just truth. Obviously, the way Nigeria is now, like as I said yesterday, 31 governor, but that is not the, I will not say it has been concluded yet, but on the other hand, I will say it is concluded to Tinubu. With 31 governors, two things are involved. I said it yesterday. If the governor betray, that is going to be with pay. Because even Atiku, even will be vice Atiku will not unseat Tinubu the way the country is now. Except the governor betray. Or that is a did to Jonathan that went to Obama and said, if you read the election, you win your life. That is what we play that will make people to fail willfully. But honestly,
my mind, I must say, if they lie, then let them take it or leave it. If Atiku take it, me, I will go for Tinubu. That is just truth. So we need a change. Nigeria, we are saying we need a change because truly, with this insecurity, there will be no change in Nigeria. And we need somebody that will be targeted and fight this insecurity. I think that's not me concerned. People cannot fight insurgency in Nigeria. That is just true. And secondly, those who are claiming that they want to live in Nigeria, let me tell you the truth. The big men, the big boys in East, they cheat out with the Yorubas and the Hausas. Let them take this and look it. And they will not allow whereby they are getting the benefit of this country, and you say they should come and join with you and let them defend Nigeria. It's not going to work. Sheyi Tinubu is cheating with e-money. Kesi and all of them, all those big boys, the Kubana them, they do all of them. Good day, they see how they are celebrating. So people should think and let's make this country better for all of us, not by the sentiment and all the rest. This sentiment is the reason why the Igbo does not become president of this country. I'm telling you the truth. They should move beyond what happened in 1900 and think how to move forward. Even if the big chances are that they not are saying one kind, they are the one causing it. You use them to spoil your own religion. You use them to say we cannot become this, cannot become this. Nobody is God. Nobody is God. Look at what happened in in conclusion. Look at what happened in Morocco and Senegal. They try to do all things for God saying alive. Now then go win now. So they should have this faith and some behavior like that. Is only that is suffering in Nigeria. Everybody is suffering it. There is not only that. Even my own leaders are we benefiting from them? Everybody is marginalized in Nigeria. Not only them, I beg.
Thank you very much. Anything can happen. So let's not defeat ourselves before the election. We cannot say that we cannot go into the election knowing that this person is taking that and all. No. Because the way some people talk is as if there's no need for an election to happen in Nigeria. No, don't say that. And I like the way you concluded, the last caller, saying that Morocco, Senegal, see how it happened. Everything was pointing at Morocco being the winners. The referee was in their favor. The match officials everywhere were in their favor. CAF was in their favor and all that. Anybody who says otherwise, well, that's their opinion. But the things that happened, all the statements now even made from CAF, penalizing people, fining people and all that, we've not heard anything about Morocco. The towel bandits, as they are calling them now. Nobody is saying anything about them. No official rather is saying anything about them, even when the entire world is condemning what they did. Still, Senegal won. So that can happen anywhere in politics. Also, it can happen. So let's not go into this election year thinking we will not win. Tinubu will win. Tinubu may win. But it doesn't mean that if he wins, it's because there was nothing anybody else can do. And if you want to be able to talk tomorrow, vote your conscience. Not because someone lost somewhere and then you're saying, okay, as a revenge or to show how angry I am, let me vote for somebody else. That shouldn't be the case. So please. Let me remind all of us, there are so many other headlines. In fact, these ones we are discussing now may not even have been headlines for today. Abductions, U.S. demand action. Federal government vows to track bandits. That's on the Punch newspaper. Attack scare. Police deploy officers to top Lagos schools. Remember, there was a scare that there was going to be an attack, and the police deployed officers to top schools. What happens to other schools that are not top schools, in quote? I don't know, but everybody needs to feel safe and everybody needs to be safe. Tinubu approves commercial oil drilling in Ogun State. CJ declines to probe Fubara. Amawele heads to appeal court. Supreme Court closes Kudirat Abdullah's murder case. Frees Al-Mustafa. Okay, so those are headlines on the Punch newspaper. We also had why security is still not working in Nigeria after 26 years of Fourth Republic. That's on Daily Trust. Tinubu names ambassadors to US, 3 European countries. That's also there. On Vanguard, we saw stories like Kaduna abductions, U.S. raises fresh concerns, tasks federal government on stronger actions. We have that story as well. So there's so many stories that we can talk about this morning, and not just talk about one thing. Okay. And then the governor of Plateau State is lamenting, he's fuming over fresh killings in Plateau communities. Makinde is to visit the president, and he's saying it's purely on governance issues. He's saying that he's comfortable in PDP. Okay, he visited Tinubu, and he's saying that it's not because of defection. Ekiti tightens security as Amotekun arrests 16 suspected bandits. And Lassa fever claims 2 lives in Benue as cases rise to 9. These are things we should take very seriously. It's not until it is COVID-19 that we'll begin to take it seriously. Then Fubara's impeachment plot suffers setback is on the Sun newspaper. Then Daily Post has Kogi, I won't impose any candidate. That's according to Governor Ododo. That's what he's saying. Political parties to pay 60 million naira. Where did ransom come from? Ekiti State 2026. Political parties to pay 60 million naira campaign advert fees. Now almost every day we talk of ransom, and so it crept into my mouth. It crept into my mouth, and I said it. Ekiti 2026. Political parties to pay 60 million naira campaign advert fees. Also, which means the richer parties will be able to campaign, and others may not be able to campaign. All right. And then on the Nation newspaper, we have Nigeria-US security talks yielding results, says federal government. Then NGC seeks president's approval to appoint 14 lawyers as federal high court judges. 78-year-old backs PhD in UNILAC. Okay, so those are some of the headlines there, and I'm expecting you to talk about them more than anything else. It's 13 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Don't forget, at 8:25, we're going to take a break and return at 10:30. So just let's make it as snappy as possible. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Yanguru.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, Chooks calling from Aja. Yeah.
Chooks, go ahead.
Yeah, I tried to call when a barrister was making his submission yesterday.
Okay.
I couldn't add less or more to all his submission. It's a frantic submission, which it should be a template, and I salute his courage at this time. Having said that, I was saying something about this, all the topics and all the headlines that you read, they fall in the same line, and is the same trajectory of the present government. And because of our chain and chain bomb, we cannot live in this issue that we are. I mean, sorry for calling it like that, but then this is what I feel, that they bring BSc. What is that? What the issue is now? And HND, Obasanjo tried it. No way, no end result. Is that what we are looking for? And the issue. I mean, what we should try and look for now is to ensure that people go and vote. That time when people want to go and vote, they will declare holiday 2 days, 3 days. Now we want to go and register. Why don't they declare 2 days, 3 days holiday for us to go and register? And the ruling party, they are trying their trajectory. You have to submit one number or the other, and the opposition, they are not putting their ass in order. Then the press, it's like they are being indifferent. I know, sorry, allegedly, but then they should push this matter encourage people. Let them go and register. Anybody that doesn't have a voter's card will not vote. And if people that have more voters register, vote and win, so nobody should go to court for anything. No. That is just the truth of the matter. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Well, we've been saying it all the time. Everybody go and register, even though some people are saying there's no need, and this it's a thing we've been saying all the time. Everybody needs to register and get their PVCs ready. We never know. Some people say luck is preparation meeting opportunity. That's how it is. Someone wants to give you a job and you're lucky that you are having that job, but you don't have the qualifications, then the luck will not be good luck anymore. It will be bad luck. So we don't know what will happen between now and 2027. Let nobody say that I couldn't vote because I have no card. You have the opportunity. But for declaring public holiday, it may not be possible because this is a continuous registration. Every day you go there, you can register. Maybe what we should be calling for is the fact that these offices for registration should also be working every day of the week, or at least up to Saturday, so that some people who may not have the time from their busy schedule to go on a weekday might go on a weekend to do the registration. Maybe that's what we should be calling for. But for something that happens every day, almost every day, to call for a holiday for that, I don't think it's really very, very necessary. Maybe except it gets to the deadline and we don't have the required numbers. But for now, is to encourage people go and register, and also encourage these offices to be open even at weekends, so that people who never have the opportunity to go because of their work can also go and register. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Okudele calling from Alabama.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Okudele, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I want to correct one impression.
Yeah.
There's a one man who called and said, Igbo are doing this, Igbo are doing this. We are not desperate to leave this country. We are not. What we are looking for in this country is what? Equity, justice, fairness.
Beautiful.
A level playground in this country. When you say we are one Nigeria, let's see it as a one Nigeria. Not when you say we are one Nigeria, you are favoring some people and being against some people. So are we one Nigeria? Look at the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto prison. Look at the case of Tujibelo. Look at the case that what is going on in Zamfara. I mean, in Katsina, where they want to release bandits. Those who have killed, those who have carried arms, killed, pursue people out of their house, render people useless. They want to release them. So, are you giving us a favorable judgment? So, when Igbos are talking, they're talking from experience of what they have seen, from what they are passing through. Today, if you want to rent house in Lagos, they will tell you they don't want Igbo. What do we do to them? Do you kill anybody? So all those things are the things that when we are talking about, they are marginalizing us. The people, Igbos are saying it is proud. So we are not talking, if they are playing a level ground in Nigeria, I'm telling the gospel truth, before God and man, nobody will talk about separation in this country. Nobody will say that. True. But let there be a sense of belonging to every region. Let there be a sense of belonging. The only thing that you can see in Igbo land is only that second Niger bridge. That's federal project in Igbo land. Go and check. Go and verify. People will tell you go and verify. Go and verify. What else? So I don't know where they're getting that narrative from. So that's my own take this morning. God bless you.
God bless you. There should be equity. I think that is the bottom line of everything. There should be equity. And Nigerians will largely not even blink an eye whatever is going on if they feel they are not being cheated. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I want to talk the issue of this understanding. Let me say something. I listened to most of the comments on the radio, on the station here. The situation that now is today in the Kano is as a result of the Igbo people. there is no cooperation among those people. If the governors have agreed to do, the senators, as well as the men there, the prominent men there, at this now Thomas, within 2 months, that man will be released. But there is no cooperation. You see these evil people, they always go against one another. They don't need the progress of each other in that state. The detention of that man today is a result of their people. If they want that man to be released in the next 2 months, right from Buhari time, that man will be released. There is no unity, no cooperation, no one mind among them. They keep against one another, against their progress. The detention of that man today is a result of not having one mind. But they are blaming the Northerners, the Yoruba, other states. No. It's them. Look at Carry. Both of them planned against this man to make sure that man must be detained, must be imprisoned, must be in prison. So the detention of that man today is as a result of both prominent men in those prisons. And should not blame the hands for all the other tribal, other religions. There is no unity, cooperation among them. That's the only thing I do. So if they want that to be released the next 2 months, they'll be released. When the governors and the prominent men come together today, you see that man will be released. No cooperation. I rest my case.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, let me go to some messages here as we have. Good morning, Yamgul. It is good you are preaching this political sermon. It's okay because you are on a national radio. But please read below the lines what is going on in the country politically. There is a lot going on that we cannot even talk on radio. I just say, let me drop this line to you. My advice to Peter Obi is to weigh his political options and future very, very well. I say no more. If they want my further counsel, they should consult me and pay my consultation fee. Pascal Chimezie from Ikeja. Well, I'm glad you said I'm on national radio, but that's not the only reason why I preach speech. I preach peace. Okay, English. I preach peace because it's in my nature. And I come from a group where if we rear our heads, we will not even be heard, you know. But we're still Nigerians and we're proud to be Nigerians. My people may never, ever think about becoming president. Not that we cannot qualify, we can qualify, but you know, we may never be considered. If you're talking about in Nigeria, where we will look at it goes to Hausa, it goes to Yoruba, it goes to Igbo, then it goes back to Hausa, then to Yoruba, then to Igbo, like that. Nobody will think about my own people, but I'm still in Nigeria. So if I can talk about peace, it means anybody else can talk about peace. So it's not just because I'm on radio. I like peace, and I know that things don't work by running away. I know that as well. And Nyamgul, thanks for your enlightenment campaign about politics. We listen. That is what broadcasting is all about. You are indeed a guru in broadcasting. Keep it up. Cheers. Oh, well, thank you. Some people don't think that way. Some people think I'm just making noise. Good morning, Nyamgul. Please. You are doing good work. You just know that you can't please everyone. Those of you asking Obi to deputize Atiku, what if Atiku is not doing well? Do you think that will give Obi the chances to go again? That is, if Obi did win the ticket, let him stay aside, and it will be the Igbos that are not part of Nigeria that we move on. Okay. All right, I think that's the end of the message. Mommy Samuel from Ayobo sent that in. And the final message here is saying, good morning, Yamgul. You said Tinubu win, but I want to categorically tell you Tinubu will not win because he has failed woefully in all sectors. Leo from Lagos. I didn't say Tinubu will win. I can't remember when I said that. But this is the much we can take on this half, and we're hoping that when we return for the second half, we'll take all the messages and all the calls that will come in. For now, we'd like to just take that little break, and the break will end at 10:30. We'll give way for the Igboamaka crew to come on at this time. Thank you for being there. My name is Nyamgul Agaji. See you at 10:30.
Well done, oh, my original people.